Hey, how it's going, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you one of my ongoing projects called OpenGamma. This is basically, an open source alternative to PPT generation tools like Gamma, Skywork, or Genspark, right? So if you look at here on my screen, this is what I have so far called OpenGamma. And nowadays, people are using AI to generate decks, slides, PowerPoint presentations, etc., right? And Gamma is one of the leading kind of provider when it comes to generating PowerPoint presentations, right? Now, 2 years back, when almost more than 2 years now, actually, almost, yeah, you can see July 23. So almost 3 years, okay. Uh, and 2.5 years, I created this video called Building Text to PPT Generation App Using Generative AI. And that time, generative AI was like on the rise, right? 2023, a lot of hype. I mean, still there is hype. And this video was like a very well appreciated video. From all of you, you guys really appreciated this video. Now I thought, okay, we have seen a great, you know, an exponential growth in terms of these AI tools like Gamma, Skywork. Can we build something of our own? Like, let's say we build an open source tool, and that's the idea behind this project called OpenGamma. And you let me know in the comment box if you want me to, make this completely open, push this on GitHub and share the code. I'll happy to do that. Now, I just wanted to show you this in this video how I am building this. How does it work? So let's see here. If you look at on text input, you can basically type your topic or paste your content. And there is option of voice input as well. So you can speak in any language, like naturally, it can take from your mic, right? Now, there are different languages over here. So if you look at here, we have English, Hindi, Bengali, etc. These are all regional languages that's spoken in India. And we have some different categories of slides. Like let's say you want a pitch deck, you want an explainer, you want to teach someone, you want to generate a report. You can also do that. Now, we also have an option to kind of bring images within slides. So you can also include AI generated images, right? And let me first show you the text input, right? So if you look at the text input, when you click on the text input, okay, let's say I'm going to say, uh, if I remove this, you can see it shows you some examples also, like explain UPI payments, pitch deck for a food delivery startup, introduction to machine learning for beginners, quarterly sales, blah, blah, blah. And let's say I select this, explain UPI payments, and I click on generate presentations. I click on generate presentation. It shows this wonderful sweet loader or kind of a toaster that says, okay, wait for it. It takes a few moment to kind of analyze your content and create the slide structure. Now, I want to build this in a way that it looks closer to Gamma. Okay, but remember, guys, Gamma was not built in a day, right? I mean, they have keep on evolving their presentations or whatever over a period of time, right? Now, if you look at this is how it looks like. If you have ever used Gamma, you will find a little similarity in the user interfaces. See, on the left hand side, we have some slides, introduction to UPI, what is UPI, benefits, and these are all editable. You can edit as well. That we'll talk about that in a bit. How UPI works, setting up UPI for your shop, security measures and common concerns, and let's say blah, 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 right? And you can also add new slide. So left hand side, it's all about the slides, and you also have content. Now let's say I'll come back to this slide and say, okay, I'm not happy with this text over here, like this very less text. So we also have AI actions in the right hand side where we have shorten, expand, simplify, add example, add bullets, more formal, more casual, to diagram. It also adds diagram. Let's say I click this on expand. Now the moment I do expand, you can see it shows editing. Now this will expand this particular slide where we are currently, and now you can see it has expanded so beautifully, right? It says understanding UPI for small businesses. UPI is a real-time payment system developed by NPCI, which is the National Payment Corporation of India, and blah, blah, blah. Let's say you want to add an example in this. So you can also add an example. It also do that. So everything is happening real time. Nothing is hard coded. Like everything works. You can edit this further. Let's say I want to edit this. Let's say I'm writing blah, 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 blah. You can just do that as well. And I'm not doing that for now. And I come out. So in these AI actions, we have some different features where you can make it short, expand. You can also simplify it if you're not happy with the draw output of generated from AI. And in below, we have some metadata. like some type of it, like you see the title, we have the blocks, we have the languages, which is English, and you can just go, you can see how it works, right? Very beautifully. So this is the one thing. Theme, something that I'm like working on themes, color palettes and all. It will take me a little time to improve it, but that's not a major deal. Like I can just do that anytime I want. Now on the download part, we have an HTML thingy that you see. So if I click on HTML, and it will just do it. And if you click on this, you can see all my slides are now in HTML. Like you can just present it wherever you want. Okay. And this looks a bit simple. Like we can add, we already have an image option, okay, to add, and I'll show you the code in a little bit, like how I am building it. You can also download the PPT. So let's say I download the PPT. You can see it's downloaded. If you open this, it will open in my PowerPoint presentations. Of course, there is a little bit of depends on. I open this in. I didn't open this in PowerPoint presentation, by the way. Like, so I'm using Mac. There are some settings that you have to do, okay, to kind of make this better. But yeah, that's what it is. I can also add PDF. Okay, I'm gonna add a PDF here. Like right now, we have download PPT. We have some conversion and everything. So you can also edit, right? So this is how it works. All the AI actions are like working fine. Like I've tested it out, and I want to build something and probably make it open source. If you guys comment if you think this is worth like to expand, and we can push this on GitHub and work together to kind of expand it. Or otherwise, I will anyway work on this and make it a bit better, of course. Let's go. Let's go back. And once come back, I'll click on voice input. Give me a presentation on generative AI. So let's see, for example, give me a presentation on generative fill, right? I can have an AI enhance. When I click on enhancing, it also enhance because most of the time, you can look at over here, right? It gave me some corrected version, generative film techniques and their impact on modern cinematography. Basically, I wanted to have this on generative AI, but it could not take it from my voice input. And so we are also sending this up to one more API service. It takes this input and enhance this further with AI. And the same kind of flows work. So I can again click on this and I can again generate presentation. So same way it also works. So you can also speak your idea, right? You can just talk to your microphone and it will just do it. Maybe we can bring 11 Labs, Whisper, or whatever here to make this a bit better as well, if you want, and you can do that. Now, I'll just show you a quick walkthrough of the architecture, how it works. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the code in a little bit, right? Now, if you look at this over here, so this is the client layer where the user, which is basically we're using a web app here, which is basically built in Next.js. Now the front end is entirely in Next.js. You can look at the entry screen, input types. So there are two input types. One is text, the other is voice. So voice recognition, we're just using the web speech API that comes in browser, right? Now, if you want better, you can change that to anything like let's say assembly AI or Whisper or any multimodal models as well that understand audio. Now, if that is there, or we have some text, you can look at over here. We have an AI voice enhancer that I told you that uses this AI voice enhancer. Otherwise, we have this editor preview for text input. Then backend is completely written in fast API. So if you look at on backend, we have a simple Swagger UI over here that all our APIs are here, or you can look at it like enhance voice, generate presentation, update the deck, get the deck, edit the slide endpoint, export presentations, download file, and clean up voice. See, all the APIs are listed below, right? Now come back over here on my this. Now the AI services, if you look at the AI services, this AI service has multiple things, and I'll show that in a bit. We have an outline generation, slide blueprint, translations, image prompts, and intent detection. These are all written in my prompts, right? And then we just use some models. So I'm using OpenAI models for now. Okay, feel free to use any other models if you want. And then we have some data validation, so structure through pedantic, and then we're generating the output, right? That's what we are doing. Now, I'm going to show you the code over here, right? So the code is here. If you look at the folder, it's called PPT Gen Tool. We have two folders, backend and frontend. Within backend, we have a virtual environment where we install all our dependencies. These are all our dependencies that you see. Fast API to build the APIs. We have python-pptx, the motherload library to build this application. OpenAI for models. Python multipart, you need that when you're working with fast API, for the file management, file processing, etc., etc. And we have parentic for data validation. If you look at that, httpx python.env, envs, pillow for images, and AIO files. Again, you need that when you're working with fast API. Now, in app, we have everything. So I'll show you the prompts. We have prompts.py. In prompts.py, we have written all our prompts, like intent detection prompt, and we have outline generator prompt, we have slide blueprint prompt. All our prompts are written in this particular prompt file and is used by the models that we have. We have an schemas where we define all our schemas of how do you want to do that through Parentic. We have an API.py file where which we have all our fast API logics that you see over here, written very nice and clean. And most of these codes are taken from my 2.5 years old videos, by the way. And there are some improvements that, of course, I have done. And the config for models and everything, and PPT generator file that you see for Python using Python PPTX. So you can look at the Python PPTX thing, all the themes, and this can get better, guys. 100% we can improve this, right? So no means that we cannot improve this, right? OpenGamma, a tool that I'm building. The whole idea is to kind of improve this build. I want to bring Olama or LM Studio based model. So probably I'll see how I can bring, let's say we include LM Studio or include Olama. How do we work with open models like LLMs? So everything runs without, let's say, requirement of an API key. Maybe we can add wave search feature if you need some latest information about certain topics. For that, we can use, of course, some APIs, but my idea is to make this completely open source. You let me know in the comment box if you're interested in this project. What do you think of this? If you want to contribute, you want to work, or you think it makes sense. Otherwise, I will just put it on product hunt and then we'll see it from there. Right. Uh, this is what I wanted to do in this video, guys. I wanted to show you this cool thing that I've been working on just as a time pass, right? OpenGamma. Okay. And of course, this will be available on my GitHub pretty soon. If you have any thoughts, feedbacks, let me know in the comment box. You can also reach out to me through my social media channels. Find those information on channel banner and channel about us. If you like the video, please hit the like icon. If you have not subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe the channel, guys. That motivates me to create more such videos in near future. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.